Hello everyone. In today's video I am going to be showing you how I use the Jane Iredale Loose Mineral Powder Refillable Brush. So if you would like to see how I go from bare skin to this completed makeup look, then keep watching this video. I am starting with clean moisturized skin, just plain moisturizer, not a tinted moisturizer. Before I apply the foundation, I do want to talk about this brush a little bit. It is the Jane Iredale Loose Mineral Powder Refillable Brush. I bought this about 2 or so months ago. I have been using it for a lot of my videos. This is what you have been seeing me, or the foundation in this is what you've been seeing me wear. But I did have a bit of a challenge with it, so finally I went online and I looked to see what their comments were, and there were other people like me who had difficulty using it, and under each of those comments the Jane Iredale team had left their own comment saying, please call us, we'd be happy to share with you how to best use the brush. So I decided to call that phone number, and the young woman on the phone was very helpful. In fact, she said she uses this foundation, so she understood my challenge. So let me explain what you get. You get a box like this, and you receive a brush and 2 jars of foundation of your choice, like this. I have the bisque. Now the other one I have screwed into the bottom, so let me show you this. I'll unscrew it. So you see the lid I've taken off. I've used a lot. Some of it I've used, but I also put some in another jar, and I'll explain why when I get to that. So you take the lid off, you screw this into the bottom, make sure the lid is still on here. Don't raise up the brush yet. You want to make sure your foundation is in here tight, right? Like this. So now remove the brush. Now clockwise, I turn, is that clockwise? Or is that counterclockwise? Clockwise. This word clock, I think that's whatever. Follow the arrows and turn it up, get the brush up. So there's what the brush looks like. Now you want to get the foundation from the jar into the brush, right? So you're going to tilt it. But you don't want to tilt all throughout your process, or you'll keep putting more and more foundation into your brush. If you were like me and you want a natural application, then you don't want to use a lot of foundation. So you shake it like this and then swirl it around in your hand, and you can see, I don't know, can you see this? Some of the blush or foundation has already come out into the center of the brush. As I said, I like a natural light coverage because I want it to look like my real skin when I'm outside. So the thing I have learned about myself is to apply less than I think I need initially, because I will then go in with a smaller brush to cover those spots or those areas where I want a bit more coverage. But I don't want that kind of full coverage all over my face. Now it's going to look like I have absolutely nothing on, but I actually do. Making sure I get everywhere. Now I take it down my neck and chest if those areas are going to be visible. You know, if I were wearing a turtleneck, I would not take it all the way down onto my chest. But I will be wearing a V-neck. In fact, I wore a V-neck tee to do this because I know I'll be wearing a V-neck blouse. All right. I think that is about enough for now. Now, do you notice I did not I didn't have to re-put more. I didn't have to tilt it down again and keep putting more in. You may think I needed to, but if I do, I can always do it later. It's better to build gradually than to dump too much on my skin, because then I can't remove gradually. I can add gradually, but I can't remove gradually. You could tilt occasionally if you want more, but I'm just doing it lightly, gradually. I like to take my time. I give myself lots of time to do my makeup. I really enjoy the process. It's fun, it's creative, and I don't worry about rushing. So I don't need to get a lot on right away. I can add more if I want to. So she explained, when you store your brush, I'm going to show you as if I'm going to store it, but I'm not going to store it yet. Put the brush back into the container, lid back on, and then store it upright. If it's in your purse, make sure it's upright. All right, next, remember I showed you I had put some foundation in a little jar. That's so I can use my little brushes to apply the foundation in small amounts where I need it, and I can build it just in those spots. So where is the brush? Okay, here it is. So this is, well, I should show you. These are all the Iredale brushes. I love these. I will put on screen. It comes in a faux leather container. These are the best brushes. I've been using them for over a year and love them. So this is their tapered blending. I use this for so many things. This is what I'm going to use to do my eyelids, because I want to get more foundation on my eyelids where I have discoloration and veins, blood vessels that show through the skin. Also want to take it into my eyebrows because I will be applying a shadow to fill in holes in my eyebrows. And then under my eyelashes, because I will be applying an eye pencil. So this is not only covering up some of the discoloration, the pink skin, and the blood vessels, but it also is serving as a base for either an eyeshadow, if I use an eyeshadow, but today it's an eye pencil. All right, also have some redness here. Want to hide. And I want to do a little bit more on my nose, but not too much. Next, I want to do my eyebrows. I'm using a Pacifica eyeshadow palette. This is the Pink Nudes Mineral Eyeshadows. I haven't found a brow color that works, but this one is pretty good. I use the darkest color here. It's a little bit warmer than I want, but it's the best I've found so far. So where's my brush? I use the Iredale Angled Brow Brush. This color is really dark, so I do have to be careful. And then I try to lighten it afterwards. So I have the hole right here. Now I want to clean up any that I got where I don't want it. All right, now I'm going to apply the foundation over the brow to help set it and lighten it, lighten the color. I don't want it to stay on the lashes, on the brow hairs. I want it on the skin underneath to lighten the color I've applied underneath. So I am going to brush them gently, not The skin, I'm just brushing the hairs now. Before I was actually brushing the skin to smooth out the color. Okay, now I'm going to set it with an additional powder. This is the setting powder I use. It's RMS Beauty Unpowder Powder. The color is, they call it colorless, but it's white. So it does actually lighten whatever you put it over, but it also sets it. Again, I want to brush the hairs, but not the skin. Oh, something the lady on the phone at Jane Iredale told me is when you put this away or when you're finished, just tap it like that and it will remove some of the powder from the brush and from the tube that leads from the container to the brush. Just keeps it from clogging and also keeps it from putting too much on your face the next time you use it. So next I want to line my eyes. I'm not using eyeshadow on my eyes today, just an eye pencil. This I bought at Jane Iredale. It is the color Black Brown. I'm just lining at the base of my lashes, both my upper lashes and lower. Now I want to smudge the eye pencil, so I'm using the blending brush. Okay, now the other side. As you can see, I'm laying it flat. I do that because I want a thicker line, and it seems to go on more smoothly because I have loose skin. It seems to go over the loose skin more easily. Now I want to do the other side again and just darken it. Yeah, if I push like this, it skips and also doesn't do as thick a line, and I like a thick line. Let's go over this side again. Now I want to go underneath. Again, sideways. And I want a thick line. I know a lot of people say this makes your eyes smaller to use dark shadow or liner under your eyelashes, lower lashes, but I like the look. I just do. Maybe it does make my eyes look smaller, but I like it. Now I want to set it. Where's the setting powder? So I'm using the white setting powder again. Just cleaning off my brush. Again, this tapered blending brush, I just use this so much. So I cover my whole lid, even up into the crease, because my eyelid, when I open my eyes, touches the crease, and I don't want the liner transferring up into the crease. So this keeps it from doing that. It works really nicely. And then I take it underneath as well. All right, now what am I doing next? I'm doing mascara. So this is Pacifica Stellar Gaze. I keep going back to it. It's just the best I've found. But again, I build slowly, just like I do with the foundation. Okay, now I want to use my comb and clean off my comb. Now to the other side. Now back to this side again. Right, I'm going to do, I think, one more coat on each. That's 3 coats. Now, lower lashes. I do like to do my lower lashes, but just 1 coat. Now I'm putting it away. Now I'm just cleaning up underneath. So eyes finished. All right, next comes blush. I've been using, when I do this look, 2 blushes. One is Mystique from Jane Iredale and one is Flourish. I start with Mystique. This one is very dark, as you can see. So I have to be very careful applying this. I use the angled contour brush for this, taking it off the mirror first and then dipping it right in, trying to get a good amount on there, like that. Now I'm going to rub it in the mirror like this to get it into the brush. Now just dot it on the back of my hand. Now I like to apply my blush here and then sweep it out. I know a lot of people say you're not supposed to do that, but I like it that way. To me, it looks more natural. That's how I naturally blush. All right, I like this brush because of this tapered part here. I can just touch it gently to my skin to start with. And then go ahead and apply the whole brush. Oh, applied too much down there. See, right there is too much, but I'm going to fix that. I apply it on my chin, I apply it on my forehead, sweep it into my hairline. I also take it gently down my neck because I want my neck and chest to match my face. So now I want to fix this mess I made, so I'm going to use this Zorea large powder brush. I love this. I use this so much with blush. It's wonderful for blending. Okay, now I do want to take it across the bridge of my nose, lightly. So it's wherever the sun would touch. I'm definitely finished with Mystique. Now, I am going to be using a peach colored lip, so I want to make this. I would describe this as a brownish antique rose. It's such a beautiful color. By itself, it's beautiful. But I want to make it a bit more, microphone. I want to make it a bit more peach color to blend with my lip color. So I'm using Flourish from Jane Iredale. So I'm going to clean this off because it's got the other color on it. Right. Now, again, put this on my hand, but a different place, just to knock off some of it. Now just apply it wherever I applied the other. Including my neck. Okay, enough of that. I think I want to lighten the blush a bit more, so I'm going to use some foundation just right in here. Shake a bit more into my hand. That's good. Now I'm going to blend again. Next is lip color. I am going to be using a lip pencil and a lip gloss. The pencil is Peach by Jane Iredale. The gloss is Spiced Peach, Jane Iredale. But first I want to tap off the excess lip conditioner I have on the outside of my lips. I do that when I do my skincare in the morning. So I want to remove that, but just by blotting. And then I actually want to put foundation there because it will serve to do two things. It will cover up some of the discoloration I have on my skin above my lips, but it'll also serve as a base for the lip color. And I'm going back to use that tiny little brush to apply just a little bit of foundation around the edge. Because I have redness, I have a freckle right along my lip line. Again, I will blend this with the big brush. See? All right, now I want to clean my lips. So for this, did I bring my, I did, good, my lip conditioner. So the same lip conditioner I applied with my skincare after I brushed my teeth. This is Vaseline Lip Therapy Original. I will take a cotton swab and I'm going to just clean any foundation from my lips. I don't want to go above my lip line because that's where I put the foundation and I want it there. I'm also now removing, I turned it over and removing any excess lip conditioner. because my lips are conditioned now. I don't need it on there anymore. Pencil. My lower lip line, I do overline a bit because the lip continues, but the color doesn't. So I follow the line of the lip rather than the color of the lip. That makes sense? Like right here, my lip continues, but there's no color. So I put color there. So now I want to set the lip liner just like I set the eye pencil. I want to keep it from transferring up into my wrinkles on my skin. So where is my, there it is, right in front of me. My brush that I love, what is this called? Tapered blending. So this is the colorless again. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to set my foundation. So I use the same brush. I'm cleaning it off because I don't want any lip color on my brush. So I'm getting a good amount in the brush. Now, this is a good powder for blurring the look of pores. I have lots of large pores in this area. This helps to minimize them. It doesn't hide them, but it minimizes them. Okay, now I want to take the blending brush. No, blending brush. The big fluffy, this is called a large powder brush. All right, I think that's okay. Now I'm finished with this and this. All right, I finished lip pencil. Now I want to spray with purified water. I do this to set the makeup, but what I also do is apply triple purified petroleum jelly to eye area, lines, but especially eye area here. I want to highlight this area. I want it to be more luminous because the powder I've applied here emphasizes lines. Maybe you can't see it in this lighting, but in real life you can see that. So I'm going to spray with I buy this at the grocery store. I think it's 99 cents for a gallon, and then I just put it in a glass bottle. So spray. Then I apply a bit of petroleum jelly. This is triple purified. I don't want to put it on the back of my hand because that's where those blushes were. Just on here. I think I got more than I needed, but that's okay. So with a clean fingertip, I'm going to pat this in here where I have smile lines. Here, even the crow's feet. Then I take the excess around my mouth lines. Take a little bit more. I have lines all around here. I just want to soften them. Now, take a bit on several fingers, a little bit. just do my cheeks. Okay, now I want to take it down my neck, because I want my neck again to match and chest to match my face. Okay, now clean that off. I'm going to clean off the blush at the same time. It's good for removing the blush from the back of my hand. And I will let this set for at least 15 minutes. When I'm at home and if I don't have to go out right away, I will leave it until just before I need to get dressed. Or sometimes I'll even wait and do it after I get dressed, just depends. But I apply my lip gloss just before I leave. I'm going to apply it here now so you can see the gloss, but normally I would wait until I get dressed. All right, I'm going to be back in about 20 minutes, and we will then tap off the excess jelly, and I will apply the lip gloss. I am back. When I was upstairs looking at the video, my eyebrows, I could see I missed spots, so in a better mirror upstairs in the bathroom, I did apply some more eyeshadow into some more patches in my eyebrows, but otherwise nothing else has been touched. So now I want to clean my hands, so I'm going to spray with water since I'm not at the sink. Just want to make sure they're clean so that when I tap off the jelly, I'm not getting anything on my skin that I don't want. So I want my hands clean. Okay, now I want to just tap with the clean, dry fingertip. Get a different Kleenex here. Tap, 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 tap. And then I wipe it off on the tissue. Tap. Then tap here. Tap. Tap. Now I want to do my cheeks. Most of it has absorbed into my cheeks because I didn't apply as much there. I applied the most here. Same with here. Well, no, there is still some. I can feel it. I didn't apply as much here. Mostly I did it here. This is where I do want it to be highlighted and more luminous around my eyes. Okay, tapped everything else off. Now I want to put on my lip gloss. Now, as you can see, this is a really pretty color. And I could go out just like this, with a matte look, but I like it more, my lips more luminous as well. I could just put on a little bit of this conditioner, that would work, but I love this with it. It builds the color. It also makes it more peach. This is sort of like a brick color. My microphone fell. This is a more brick color. Now this makes it more peach. It also makes the color last so much longer through a meal. Now I stay within my lip line and I don't want to get too close to the outer line. I think that's good. So that is my final look. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section down below, and I'd be happy to answer them as well as I can. It is currently 11:19 a.m. and actually I have to scoot because my reservation is for noon. So I will see you after lunch. I am back. I finished lunch. It is now 2:18 p.m. in the afternoon. I haven't added any more foundation. I haven't added any more lip liner or lip gloss. This is what my makeup looks like without touching anything. So my lip color lasted fairly well. As you can see, it's diminished inside here a little bit and in the corners. But the lip liner really kept the gloss from migrating, and I think the powder foundation rimming my lips kept all of it from migrating onto my skin. So I think it did a good job. You can also see my foundation isn't quite as luminous as it looks like in my studio lighting, which seems to really make it a lot more shiny. So now I'm going to touch up my lips, put more lip liner on and lip gloss, and I will be right back so you can see the difference. Next, I'm driving home, and as long as it is still sunny out, I will get some footage of what this looks like outside. So I'll see you in a moment. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching my video, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.